All right, we're out out at the home of Michelle Bosse. Had an awesome time getting to hang out with her tonight and kind of look over her project. She's got a little home out here that she's trying to take care of. The good thing is about 95% brick. So originally called us for some problems with the chimney, but as we were walking around, talked about some other solutions and what we can do with Hardie. And we got a nice little solution put together here for her. So, of course, we're addressing the chimney. Today is Tuesday. I'm going to find out in the morning if we can maybe come out and patch that because the hole's getting bigger. There's boards falling off, so something's up there chewing around or doing whatever. So I'm going to check first thing in the morning to see if we can get a service out here to patch that hole. It's like a 2-foot chimney, so it's not a major space, but the hole's getting bigger for sure. So I want to make sure we keep any critters out of there prior to install. So you know, really nice looking house out here. Pretty straightforward project. We're doing a fascia overlay. We're painting, caulking and sealing and painting all the soffit and front and rear porch ceiling. And then we're doing a full tear off on the back siding, which is just a masonite. And we're going to install the Cedar Mill Select 8 1/4, and then do some window boxes that we'll see as we kind of go around here. So starting out here, pretty basic, pretty self-explanatory. Excuse me. We are doing an overlay on the garage door frame. Otherwise, we're leaving the garage doors alone, just overlaying the frame on the garage. You can see part of the chimney up there. We'll look at the other side once we get around to the back. But here's the front. Like I said, really nice looking house. She takes good care of it, good care of the yard. You can see up here, porch ceiling will be painted just like the rest of the soffit. We're not doing anything to the front door area, but maybe painting the brick mold around the door. But as we talked about, Hardie doesn't really have a component to match that. Again, just a lot of areas on the soffit that need to be caulked. No rot or anything really, but just areas that need to be caulked and painted. And it's probably going to look close to as new as possible. Definitely a lot nicer than it does right now, but a little paint and the soffit's going to be, like I said, good to go. Nothing else around here, just some fascia overlay. All these little kind of triangle pieces here, those will all become Hardie as well. Okay, there's a tiny bit of siding right there. You can see a little triangle right there. That will be Hardie plank as well. So as we come around to the side, there are cameras, 4 or 5 cameras that you can see right there. So we'll just unplug those. There's just a little connector. We'll unplug those to do the painting, and then basically make sure they get back up where they are. Just soffit, about a 1-foot soffit, about a 4.5-inch fascia. Excuse me, all the way around. And we got nothing, just lentils above, so there's no little aprons above there or anything, just straight window. You can see the soffit all pretty straightforward, no rot. A few places on the fascia that need to be repaired, and then a few that need to just be tacked back. So that's all good. We just need to re-nail that and get it flush before we overlay. So here's a window box. Excuse me, this is all going to come off, and we'll actually re-side and re-trim the transition trim here, as well as the window trim will all become Hardie plank. And that extends right around to the back. So the same situation. Tear off of the masonite, and then the corner trim and the window trim will all become Hardie. It's got a beautiful little yard back here. It's really peaceful. Come around here, if we want to take these sago palms, I don't think Michelle would mind, and just get rid of them for her. I'm just kidding, she hates them, but they're here nonetheless, so we're gonna have to work around those suckers. So we have an area here. There's no siding behind the palms. It's just brick, but we're going to need to get to the fascia. There's some rot here and some rot there. There's rot there. And there's rot on this corner, far corner right here. Not the inner corner, but out there. Those all need to be repaired before we do our fascia overlay. So as we were doing an inspection, we saw this, and fascia overlay became a very worthwhile solution to fix all that, make sure it's not happening again. Really, all of our siding is right here. So we have the area above there, a bunch of window wraps here. We have a couple circle tops. We got a couple doors that have brick mold with a 1x2 around it. So we'll get, we'll handle that appropriately. Make sure that transition is right. But again, all the siding is a full tear off. We will do this area all in here. Here's a rear porch ceiling here, which transitions right into the soffit. We'll just paint that beam that you see up there. So we'll just paint that beam that you see right there, and then this will all become siding. This side is all brick, obviously. All the window wrap, all the trim will be a 1x4 Hardie. We'll clean up that interior corner. We'll do a nice butt too in the interior corners as well. So it looks really nice, because right now you can see the gaps. Michelle even pointed this out, that there's these big old gaps because they put the trim, the freeze board, right over the siding. You get these gaps that I'm sure all kinds of bugs and everything crawled up in there. So the doors, we're going to call a little audible on these, and if we can, she's gone for a work trip next week. If we can install next week when she's not home, we probably won't paint these doors. If she is home during the installation, when she can open the house, we will paint these doors. So that's going to kind of, like I said, be a snap decision that we don't really have an answer to yet. But if she is home, we'll paint the doors. If not, we won't. So pretty straightforward, and it's the understanding of everybody that that's what's going to happen. Again, just over here, nothing around the window. It's just brick. And you can see kind of here where, excuse me, we got a little bit of minor rot to repair. And then going down all the way is just fascia and a little baby bit of soffit to paint. Some caulking and sealing around the vents, things like that, but otherwise just a straight paint job. This window trim, or the window wraps around, we're just going to wrap all that with Hardie. We don't have a 2x board, and be more problematic to double stack it than anything, so I think we'll just wrap it, and that would be the solution for these and the combo set of 3 windows down here. This window has been leaking, she said. We didn't really see, I can't see anything from the exterior, but just maybe a little caulking here when we do the trim should solve kind of the issue. At least as we can see it exterior. I don't know that that's causing the interior issues. It's probably something else, or condensation. This is bled out somewhat, probably melted out just from the heat and the sun. So nothing, no caulking on the exterior I don't think is going to solve the interior problem, but still just kind of clean some of this caulking up around the window here. That goes all the way down and extends across here. But these are all just going to be faced with the Hardie. And that way these will be lasting just like the rest of the house with the brick and the siding. So that's pretty much the extent of the scope of work. And then the chimney you saw, I don't think we can see it. Oh, there you go. So there's a chimney up there, and the back side that we can't see is really the problem child of the whole organization here. So that's the main thing that she needs addressed, and certainly where the patch will have to be is on that back side. So that's pretty much everything we got. So Michelle, really enjoyed getting to spend some time with you. We really appreciate the trust and confidence on this project, and we look forward to doing a great job for you. Thanks so much.